welcome to Technophobics Anonymous. My name is Randy Velker. I'll be your therapist today. Right now we're going to be looking at a little bit at the Windows environment. What Windows are. You've probably heard Windows used over and over again. Anyway, it's a very useful product. It's used in the Macintosh computers. It's also used in the Microsoft stuff as well, but you're going to have to get familiar with how Windows work. Basically, if you have a sheet of paper and you're looking at it and you have put another sheet of paper on top of it, or maybe even you have a stack of papers, 5, 6, 7 of them, all you can really see is the top of them. That would be the active window that you're looking at. If you take that top window and slide it to the bottom, now there's a different one that's on the top. A different one that you're looking at. That's exactly how Windows works. It's like a stack of programs, and the one that's on top is the one that you can see. There are other programs that are layered underneath it that you can pull to the forefront. Now let's take a closer look. Here you can see on the desktop that we have all of our icons on the left-hand side, and along the bottom there are a bunch of different documents that I have running, and different programs that are running. All right? One of them is a Notepad program. All right, that's right here. Another one, if I click it, is going to be right here. Notice I can completely cover up that other program, that other sheet, with this one here. I don't know where it is. I can't see it currently. Now, the way that I'm moving these programs around is by single clicking, one click with the left button on the mouse and holding it down, and then I can drag a window or a program around. Right? It's better when I layer them to leave a little bit of space between the two so that I know there's something underneath that's being covered up. Now let's go ahead and pull another window up here as well. Here's a third file. All three of these files are now 3 separate windows. I've made them smaller here so you can see them. But they're 3 separate windows that I can move around by clicking on the blue area of the program and then just dragging them wherever I want to put them, so I can move them around on my desktop. Now, any one of these windows that is colored is the one that's on top. Right? And I can make this larger by going to the edge of it and then left clicking the mouse button and dragging. Right? Anytime you see this little arrow that pops up on the side of a program, it'll normally happen on the side, on the bottom, or in the corners. Right? Then you can increase the size or decrease the size of that window, whatever it is you're interested in doing in order to make it easy. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to have 3 different programs. Now, we have 3 programs open simultaneously. The only one that I can really see is this one right here, because it's the active window or the open window. If I want to get one of the other windows up top, I can click on it, right? Anywhere on that window, and now it has popped up to be the one on the surface. This one that was down on the third at the very bottom, I can click that one, and now it's up at the very top as well. Now, if I stack these up, notice what happens. Ooh, there's one dragged in there. All right. I can put them directly on top of each other, and then it will completely cover up the windows that are behind it. Now, ideally, I want to leave the windows behind showing a little bit so that I can have access to them. All right. Normally, they're going to be, if not the complete size of the whole monitor, but they're going to be larger than these. These are just smaller ones so that you can see how Windows actually work and how you can use them. Again, you left click on the top where there's a color. In this area up here, it's colored blue, and then you can drag it around. So Windows are very useful. You can have 5, 6, 7, 10 programs open simultaneously running, and what you can do is you can copy all the text from this one and bring it right on up over here and paste it in this one. You can mix and match, go back and forth. And it's very useful the way these windows work. Now, the other thing that I was going to show you is just by looking at one of these windows. Let's drag it down so you think there's only one of them available. Also, I can get these windows out of off of the desktop just by hitting the minimize button. All right. Now, when I hit the minimize button, remember what happens? They drop down onto my taskbar, where all the programs that I have open are hiding in a very real sense. We'll pop this down here, and then I'll bring it right back up so you can see how that works. Now, here's the program. If I want to know how any program works, I already showed you how to maximize it or minimize the footprint of the program. Up here in the right-hand corner is how you close a program down. You click this X button, and it'll shut it right down. You click the minimize button, the little line in the middle, and it'll take it and minimize it down into the taskbar. So it's just a button down there. When you click that button down there, it'll pop it back up. This maximize button looks like it's called maximize. If you hover over it, it'll say maximize next to it. That will make it take up the whole screen. Right? If you don't want it to take up the whole screen, you can click on this button here, which is restore down. It moves it back to the size that it was previously. Now, these up in the upper left-hand corner is normally all of the different things that we can do with this program. All right, we can open up a new file. We can open up an existing file, open a brand new file. We can save it. We can print it. If I click the print button, it will pop up a bunch of different options. These are all the printers that I have in here. It's going to ask you to choose one. How many copies do you want? And you click print or cancel, that kind of thing. So once it's set up, underneath the file button here, it's how you're going to be able to exit. You can exit from here as well, or print it, that kind of thing. In the edit button, this is where you're going to be doing something in the program. You're going to be cutting, copying, pasting, finding words in there. Whatever it is you're going to be doing is going to be in one of these buttons up here on the top. If you want to format things, it's included in here. Anyway, every program that you use in your computer is going to be set up basically the same way, with an off button up in the upper right hand corner, and with helpful little menus up here with all the different things you can do with the program, including a help button. So if you are unsure exactly how a program works, then you're going to click on this help button up here, and you can start searching through the help topics. It'll pop up there, and you can see if you can find how to do what you want to do. This program that I'm looking at here specifically is Notepad, and so it's got a bunch of different little options and questions. How do I do spell checking, for instance? And then you'll type in what you want to find, and hopefully it'll pop up there and show you how to do it. All right, now I'm going to click out of this help button here, but this is the way that all programs nowadays are set up, with menus in the upper left so that you can figure out how to run the program, and a close button in the upper right. It's nice that all programs are designed the same way, because once you're familiar with how to use one of these programs, it's interchangeable across all the different programs. All right, I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about Windows. Now I want you to go in there and explore and play with a few different programs with the windows, popping some to the top, moving them underneath, minimizing them, maximizing them, and we'll see you next time.